Hey there, this is Matthew Rathman from EliteScoop.com, a Commonwealth Banker Elite in Fredericksburg, Virginia. And I wanted to do a video tutorial today on one specifically new change, upgrade to the MRIS multiple listing service. I'm a huge fan of many of the things that they've done over the past several years, and unfortunately, I think a lot of it's underutilized for us as agents. So I want to go ahead and talk about, in this case, MLS Plus, and I'm going to wrap into it also setting yourself up for getting um, expired listings in your, let's just say, subdivision or wherever. There are lots of different programs out there, um, uh, from Listing Book to all these other IDX solutions and things for your clients, but I found that they don't have nearly as much control as if you just did Email Plus through your system for drip campaigns for your clients. Before I actually get into that, I want to just take a break and point out here the MRISblog.com. Every day, the folks over at MRIS put out some pretty good information almost every day. I think every day at least one post about the changes, about what's going on, about how to get information. And you can follow it a number of ways. They do have a Facebook page you can get it on. They have a Twitter account if you're following there. RSS feed is probably the best and easiest way to do it, but there are some other subscription options when you come to this page. So keep an eye out for that. Take a look and make sure you follow them on this blog so you can stay up to date with everything that's out there. Okay, so enough of that. Let's talk about going and logging in. We're going to go to MRIS.com, click on Matrix. I'm going to cut out the screen here where I'm actually logging in. I'm going to log into the system and then go over to our front screen. This is the screen that comes on when we first log in now, and over here you can see these are widgets. This is the news widget. And we can do a quick search if we have the MLS number. If there were additional widgets in here or programs, we could make them go where we want to go. This talks about favorite searches, some external links and things, and you can move these around too. I'm actually going to take my recent email and visitors widget and move it over here to the side because I want that to catch my eye first thing every morning. So when I log in here, you're going to see that here's my list of email drip campaigns or client campaigns that are out there. I've set myself up as one today while I was testing this system to make sure. But you can see that here at 3 o'clock I went ahead and opened it. Next client down, he opened his at 10:57 this morning. This gal opened hers on Wednesday. It's Friday now, and then Tuesday, this young lady opened hers. And the cool part about that is that I can see when they've been active, when they've last been on there, kind of judge where I knew I sent over materials or not. But I'm going to show you what that email looks like from both the consumer side and ours in just a bit. But let's go ahead and this is probably a review, but we're going to go into my matrix and we're going to set up a new contact. Now in this case, I've already set myself up as a contact, but I would just start over the screen, fill out some very, very basic information. So once I've filled out that very basic information, I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And again, you can click here to add a new one. I just went and edited mine. But you can just hit add here. All right. And then once we do that, we're going to go back into a regular search, the way that we normally search. Your screen can be a little different. You may have extra fields and things like that. I'm going to go in to Caroline County. I'm going to look at a specific subdivision, and in this case, my goal here is that I personally, as an agent, want to get emails each morning or as listings become expired. If I wanted to call that expired listing, I could go ahead and put it here. Again, this is review, so I won't spend a lot of time with it. Suffice it to say, pretty basic information. I don't really care because I'm doing expireds what the listing price is going to be. Just remember here, you don't need the extra zeros. This is based on thousands now. I don't care when the listing date is for my expired, but you could do a normal search as you normally would for your client, adding different features and things in here. Again, MRIS does a really good job of these type of tutorials and ongoing training. Go to MRIS.com, log in, and sign yourself up for a training if you don't understand the basics of these things. What I'm looking for here, though, is I want to see things less than or within the past 30 days or so. So I'm going to go ahead and enter like Caroline, Virginia, expired, then hit search. And I may only want waterfront or may only want things over 2,500 square feet, whatever. I can go back and search those later. In this case, one particular search came up. When I go over here to save as at the bottom, because I want to save this search, and I can go and hit save as, and it's going to give me three options. I can save this as a new search, so I don't have to do it in the future. Save as a speed bar shortcut, which you see up here, and all these little things mean something. That's a different video for a different day. Or, and what we're going to do today is set up a new auto email. So I'll click on the auto email. And as that screen comes up, it's going to save the information I want here. Remember that contact we just set up? In this case, it was ourselves as the agent. We're going to select the contact. You can blind copy yourself if you want the emails. Me personally, I don't need any more emails in the morning. However, if I was working more aggressively with a specific time-issued buyer, I might get that email in the morning so I know what they're looking at before they look at it and kind of have an idea what's out there. In this case, I'm going to say new expired listings in Lake Caroline. Okay, you can do whatever. Just remember, each time your client gets this email, that subject line is going to be the title of the email that goes to them. So you want to make sure it's somewhat generic, but enough to tell them what that email is so they're expecting it. And then whatever message you want them to see each time. In this case, I'm going to put, don't forget to verify the expired listing isn't relisted. I certainly don't want to call someone who's already went into an agreement with someone else. All right, so I'm going to go ahead to settings. And I can choose additional settings if I wanted to. I haven't set any of those up. I want to enable favorite search. This is important, and I'll show you why in just a minute. It's going to show me a brief criteria. And of course, the more information I put in there, the more it's going to pull elsewhere, and it's going to list here. Depending on your client, you may want it to go out as soon as possible. So the email goes out the second that something comes up expired in the system, daily or monthly. I don't have much use for monthly with my clients, but you might. And if you do daily, you can say which days. Some days you may not. So on Sundays we don't send out listings, and Monday through Saturday we do, but only in the mornings. It really up to you and your client how you want to set that up. I'm going to go with ASAP in this case because I want an email as soon as something comes up expired in that particular area. That may be my farming area, for example. I'm going to hit save. And as this is saving, it's going to go ahead and verify my information, come back up to the screen, and you'll see over here, created auto email, new expired listings in Lake Caroline. Now, the consumer is going to get an email here. And in this case, the email is going to have a very brief overview saying, hey, by the way, Mr. Consumer or Mrs. Consumer, the email you received is from Matthew. He's a real estate agent. He's an MRIS. He set up an automatic search on behalf of you to find listings and this information. And all you need to do to get started is click the link below. If you don't want them anymore, go ahead and click the bottom. Now, the cool thing is I've set up my signature line. Again, this is a separate training, and MRIS has provided that training for you on the webpage and classes you can go to. It covers my requirements for marketing here. Actually, I do need to go in and change it. I am licensed in the Commonwealth of Virginia. That's a requirement, but I'll go fix that afterwards. And then down here, it also gives them the chance to unsubscribe, which is a requirement for the canned spam, do not call, do not email information. So it's covering you in all those bases. But in this case, the consumer is going to go ahead and click on this portal link here to verify the email. And this is the email, this is the area they're going to get. So each day when they get an email, they're going to be able to go in, click a link to see the listings. And here's the listings. Now in this case, these were listings for a previous search in Lakeland or subdivision. And if I'm the consumer, I can go ahead and click on the link. It's going to pull up the consumer-based information with some stuff here, and I'll try not to show you whose expired listing that is. It'll allow me, if I'm a consumer, again, to go see the virtual tour, how many photos are here, and then I can also go and look at the interactive map information so I can find out where I'm at and where I'm going and how long it's going to take to get there. So it has that really useful information here. Additionally, if the consumer was to highlight this, they can say mark as red. I don't want to see that anymore. Get the map, if they click email here, it'll go to you as the agent. So you'll get information about that particular listing. They can print information. They can mark it as read, add it as favorite. And this is one thing that we do want to see. So I'm going to go ahead and mark this one as favorite. Not really my favorite, but I'm going to mark it that way anyways. It may be also a possibility. I'll highlight it again. Maybe something I do want to I've already seen it before, and maybe I want to make an offer about it. And in this one down here, Marday, I'm just not interested. I'm just discard that one. That one is maybe not the square footage I want or whatever's wrong. So I've done those actions. Again, this is me as a consumer. Now, the consumer gets done with their day. They're going to go off and do their work thing. And then we're going to go back in as agents. We're going to go back to My Matrix. We're going to look up our contacts. And, remember I showed you at the beginning, if I go back to My Matrix, over here, my recent views, you can see now it's 328. This is 326. Oh, Matthew just went and looked at something. I'm going to click on that consumer's name. And there is the consumer. Now I've got 3 emails that are set up for me, but I'm going to go ahead and click on the auto emails. And I've set myself up for 3. You may have a consumer that's looking in just 3 specific subdivisions. So instead of sending them stuff all over the place, you can look here. Now green tells me that this is the one search of the other 2 that I've actually viewed and done something with. So I'm going to click on this particular search for this person. And I can go see, open an email plus. I'm going to pull this up again. I'm the agent here. And I can go see that there's only one listing, that consumer discarded one. And I can go in and say, and look at that one and register what they didn't like. Okay, so they discarded this one, but they did favorite one. So I'm going to go and take a peek at what they favorited, because now I have the information here. I can go pull up the listing as the agent. I can give a call over to the client or an email and say, hey, I saw that you just favorited this property over there in Hampshire Drive. Would you like to go see it this afternoon? Would you like me to get more information? Or maybe even a little bit more ahead of the curve and automatically pull up that information, see if you see any reason or anything that the consumer may not have seen, and let them know. So to look at the favorite, maybe go notice that it's a short sale and it's only disclosed in the agent comments. I can email my client and say, hey, I saw that you favorited this particular property in Hampshire Drive. Just want to make sure you registered it as a short sale. We talked about that, etc. So again, we have a lot of options here, but this is a great way to stay engaged with your clients, keep them in the system. The data from MRIS is the freshest and newest and quickest to get out to them. And you have a whole lot of control over giving them that data and that information so that you can stay on top, gauge where they're at, see if they favorited a few, they get 3 of them in the same subdivision. It's time to call them and go, hey, when can we go look at what you favorited, or what you've marked as possibilities. So anyways, really good tools from MRIS. Hopefully this was useful for you. If you have any questions or concerns, you can go ahead and email me. My email address is matthew@caldwellbankerelite.com, or you can give us a call, and our number is actually right here, 800-826-2943, extension 373 or 687. Thanks so much, and I hope this was useful to you.